At this time, it's my pleasure to present a special presentation. It's a Create Awareness and Take Action World Community service. This feature highlights the tremendous work and ingenuity of Rotarians in Texas and Nicaragua to help people living in a dump village to overcome many challenges. Please join me in welcoming from the Rotary Club of Humble, Intercontinental Texas, USA, Frank Wessel. Frank.
In a remote region of Chinandega, Nicaragua, in the hearts of the America, just 3 hours from Houston, live the children of the dump. 800 children were found living off the garbage of the city dump of Chinandega. Children 3 to 5 years old, roaming through the garbage with their naked bodies full of open sores, walking over clouds of flies, desperately looking for something to eat. Children competing against dogs, cattle, and adults for scraps of food. At a very young age, these children are forced to become young adults and provide for themselves. In 1995, Italian missionary Father Marco Desi found the children of the dump. Father Marco had been working with children in distress in Nicaragua for over 25 years, but have never seen such misery. Children should not be here. They do not belong here, were Father Marco's words at the site. With the help of local businesses and individuals, Father Marco built a small school at the entrance of the dump. He invited the children to go to school and in exchange would feed him once a day. 90 kids enrolled the first day. However, with as much as this man was willing to do because of limited funds, he had to turn back over 600 of these kids back to the dump. But God crosses the path of people for a reason. The Humble Rotary Club was searching for their first international project. I met Father Marco in '97, and I am sure it was Providence that intervened when the ultimate need and the perfect help had just been brought together. And the wheels of Rotary started spinning. With the support of the Humble Club, additional school facilities were built. We told Father Marco he could go and rescue all of the children, as we would provide the funds needed to feed and educate them. And today, my friends, we have over 800 children that come to school every day wearing their blue and white uniforms. They receive a nutritious meal, and these children now dream the dreams of a children. And play the games children should play. It's been a true transformation of human lives. With the initiative of Carolyn Farbs and promotion of Rotary, children gather every year to paint Christmas cards, which are then sold in the States. This creates revenue, but helps these kids believe that they're providing for themselves. Other projects followed, and in partnership with the Diplomatic Ladies of Nicaragua, a school for blind kids was built. Today, these children are taught mobilization techniques, how to read and write in Braille, as well as to dance and to run. 8 children now attend the mainstream school where they are treated as sighted children, and each one of them, my friends, are in the honor roll students. Another miracle took place last year in September when Rotarian ophthalmologist Michael Mann was able to give the gift of sight to one of these children. In partnership with the Queen of Spain, the Humble Rotary has equipped and maintained a trade school that allows the children to learn a trade while they finish school. At the trade school, they're taught metalworking, woodworking, candy confection, sewing, so that when they graduate, these kids stand a much better chance to go out in the world and provide for themselves. In the southern region of Nicaragua, 2,200 kids are taught baseball, and as a result of that, a new Rotary Club was founded just 2 weeks ago as per the initiative of Governor Charlie Clement and the co-sponsorship of the Humble Club. Tragedy and extreme poverty is compounded when natural catastrophes happen. Hurricane Mitch devastated the region of Chinandega in 1998, leaving over 43,000 refugees. The need became overwhelming, and the Humble Club could not take this challenge alone. So through the initiative of past Governor Bob Franklin, Dr. Steve Harris, District 5890, and Hunger Plus teamed up with the Humble Club to provide about 1.2 million rations of a dehydrated food to feed the 43,000 people for 90 days. Also, over 12 container loads of first aid, food, medicine were gathered, sent, and distributed by Father Marco Desi. After this disaster, and to date, some 6,000 children, elderly, lactating mothers, are cared for in 42 children kitchens in the northern region of Chinandega. Rotary also provided food, while 276 homes were built in partnership with Food for the Poor, and after completion, Rotary assisted these families by supplying the people with tools, seeds, and technical assistance in order to jumpstart them into self-sufficiency. In June of 1999, a group of Rotarians, including Steve Brown and past Governor John Painter, visited the village of Limonal. Some 325 families, 2,000 people, had been displaced by Hurricane Mitch, and they were relocated next to the city dump of Chinandega by the mayor of that city. Water was to be provided after 4 months, but after time passed, these people were giving no relief. They were surviving by feeding off the city dump and with no potable water. As a response to the needs of these people, the birth of our new vision took place. Land was purchased to relocate the families. Here each family is giving a plot of land of approximately 1/3 acre in size, and in partnership with Food for the Poor, materials are provided to build each home, and to date, over 130 of these homes have been completed. After each home is completed, the families receive materials to build a fence around their land, as well as materials to build chicken coop, 10 hen, and a lucky rooster. Tools and seeds to plant corn and beans around the perimeter are also provided, and it is estimated that with 2 crops per year, this family can feed 6. They also receive vegetable garden seeds for tomatoes, onions, cucumbers. Also provided are 3 avocado, lime, orange trees, 11 papaya trees, and 8 plantain trees. We estimate that just the avocado trees after 2 years will yield about 1,350 cordobas, or the equivalent of $100 a year. And that, my friends, it is the purest form of service that any Rotarian can achieve. We are providing a jump start that is allowing 350 families who had been living under the worst of human conditions to achieve self-sufficiency and be able to provide for themselves. Thank you so much for the honor of having me here tonight. And without further ado, I am privileged to introduce to you the man that is responsible for all of our Rotary dreams in Nicaragua to become a reality. Please join me in welcoming a very special guest, Father Marco Desi.
A lot has been done over the past 4 years with the love and the care of Rotary. Thousands of human lives has been transformed, and it's taken so little. It takes only $58 a year, less than $5 a month, not even a quarter per day, to feed and educate a child. $1,800 will supply materials for a family to build their home, putting them a step away from misery. Less than $600 will jumpstart the same family into self-sufficiency, and maybe, just maybe one day their children will become professional. When you realize that it takes something so small as a meal a day to bring a smile to their faces, I invite you to reflect on this passage of Matthew 25. Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? The king will reply, I tell you the truth, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. Para los Rotarios de Houston, para los Rotarios del mundo entero, el agradecimiento, el cariño y la oración de todos los niños de Chinandega. Thank you.
And now it's my pleasure to call on past District Governor Harris, who's going to tell the rest of this wonderful story. From the Rotary Club of Sugar Land here in Texas, let's welcome Stephen Harris. Steve.
Over the last 6 months, these 2,000 refugees from Hurricane Mitch have been moved from a garbage dump to good land. In 1.5 years, that entire village will go from extreme poverty to self-sufficiency. That has never been done before. This is a comprehensive project that involves food, low-cost housing, water and sanitation, micro-farming, Heifer International's project for the chickens, literacy, and medical. The villagers are trained to do all of the work, preserving their dignity. This is an example of Rotarians partnering with other organizations and foundations to get the job done. Rotary has received major publicity and PR with coverage in newspapers, radio, and television, including 3 primetime news segments and a 30-minute documentary called Children of the Dump that was shown in Houston, Texas on ABC's Channel 13, which won an Emmy Award. Additional benefits to Rotary have been the formation of a new club in Rivas, Nicaragua with 51 charter members. And the Chinandega Club has gone from 10 to 20 members. In the Houston area, 28 clubs have supported this project. It's easier to attract new members to Rotary and to raise money for the Rotary Foundation when you can explain what Rotary is by showing people a project like this. Hunger Plus is a food distribution network and partnering organization of Rotarians that was started 3 years ago by past Governor J.B. Roberts. We send nutritionally balanced food that addresses malnutrition at a delivered cost of only 4.6 cents per serving, and we send it to orphanages, schools, food for work projects, disaster relief, and other food-related projects. 50 million servings have been sent to countries all over the world in just 3 years. Hunger Plus has grown rapidly this year thanks to the strong support of President Frank Devlin and Vice President Lou Piccone. When our leaders have a proactive and compassionate heart for helping people, we're in good hands. I would like to urge each one of you to attend the Hunger Workshop tomorrow that is led by past Governor J.B. Roberts. The disaster of Hurricane Mitch brought Hunger Plus and this project in Nicaragua together 2.5 years ago when Frank Wazo called and asked for help. Frank invited us to use this project as a lab for developing the new Hunger Plus program. With the help of Continental Airlines, we've taken 7 trips and 93 people in 2 years to see this project, including Don Treman, who represents Rotary to the United Nations, and Steve Brown, who is the chairman of Frank Devlin's World Community Service Task Force. President-elect Rick King has created a hunger task force to encourage every Rotary Club to address hunger next year. When Rick heard about this project in Nicaragua, he asked that we break the cycle of poverty for 10 to 20 villages as a part of the Hunger Task Force. Rotary will take care of the food and the management and invite partners through our influence at the United Nations to bring together a coalition of resources to change our world one village at a time. When you think about helping people in poverty, there are more reasons to say no than yes. But put these reasons in the yes column. No person is greater than the way they treat the lowliest of mankind. No organization survives that negligently passes by those on the margin of society. And no one stands so tall as when they bend down to help a child in need. Rather than putting Band-Aids on the symptoms, doesn't it make more sense to coordinate a comprehensive effort and address the cause and break the cycle of poverty for entire villages? There is no service more pure than helping the helpless help themselves. I have a question. What is the worst penalty for criminals? Life in prison or the death penalty? What is the worst prison in the world? I would suggest that the worst prison is poverty. Poverty is a multi-generational life sentence. Poverty is a multi-generational premature death sentence. These are not criminals. They're people born in the worst prison in the world. Every inmate that's incarcerated in this prison enters as a baby. They need outside help. They need our help. Rotary can lead the way. Thank you.
Come here, Steve, Frank, padre. Quiero verlos acá. We'd like to thank you, and we have different ways of thanking. We're going to give you a Rotary Wisdom book where Rotarians, outstanding leaders, have given their message of why they are Rotarians. Allow me to give each one of you a Rotary Wisdom book. Now, I can't forget something else. Get a little bit closer here. I want to see you here. No, not what you think. These are the last of the presidential ties before President Rick gets his ties. They used to cost $100. Antes costaban $100. Ya cuestan, they cost about $200 because none of them, these are about the last of them here. Allow me to give you a tie each. And you aren't going to get away. There's a difference about this Frank Talk book. They're all autographed. Allow me to give that to you. Pero Padre, usted es un hombre ejemplar, un hombre de Dios. You're an example of mankind. You're a man of God. You're an example of what we like to see Rotarians do. And I think we should make him honorary Rotarian, don't you? Padre, usted está escuchando aquí estas multitudes. Quieren honrarlo con la honra más grande que podemos dar. The biggest honor we can give is making someone an honorary Rotarian. So on behalf of this convention here in San Antonio, we honor you like we know Rotarians honor people like you all over the world for outstanding work. Congratulations. Padre, levante la mano derecha, por favor. ¿Se compromete a crear conciencia y tomar acción? You promise to create awareness, take action. Congratulations, Father.